Have you ever replayed the last words your ex said to you? That moment when her voice cut deeper than a knife, when she turned her back, walked away and left you drowning in silence. You swore you'd forget, but those words haunt you. At night, they echo. In the morning, they sting. And no matter how strong you act, you know they've scarred you forever. But here's the brutal truth no one tells you. She wanted you broken. She wanted your ego crushed, your heart shattered, because deep inside, she wanted power. And the sickest part? She probably still checks if you're bleeding. Now let me rip the mask off. Women will never admit the real reason they ignore, betray, or replace you. But in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal secrets that will shake you. Things no friend, no book, no therapist ever dared to tell you. Truth so raw they'll make you question every relationship you've ever had. Before I go deeper, I need you to do something dangerous. Comment the last words your ex told you before she left. Don't think. Don't filter. Just write them. Because once you see other men's answers, you'll realize you were never alone in that heartbreak. And listen carefully, if you click away now, the cycle continues. You'll repeat the same mistakes. You'll stay chained to her ghost. But if you stay, if you commit to watching till the very last second, you'll not only understand women, you'll destroy the power they ever had over you. So decide now. Keep bleeding, or finally take back control. 1. The power of silence and stillness. Younger men often kill attraction by trying too hard. They talk too much, they explain. They fill every pause with nervous chatter. But an older man knows that silence is a weapon. Imagine this, you're sitting with her, and instead of rushing to fill the air, you lean back, you hold your posture, and you simply exist in that moment. She feels your presence like gravity. Psychology shows us that silence, when held with confidence, communicates dominance. Women subconsciously read it as, this man doesn't need to prove himself. And Stoicism teaches us that composure is strength. When you sit in silence, calm and unmoved, she leans in because she wants to fill the silence for you. That's when you own the moment, not by speaking, but by controlling the space without saying a word. With subtle touch, less is more. You don't need to drape yourself over a woman to show interest. In fact, that kills attraction. What older men understand is that small, deliberate touches spark far more chemistry than anything exaggerated. A light brush of her hand when you laugh, a guiding touch on her back as you walk through a crowded street. These little moments are powerful because they feel natural. Psychology confirms that subtle, respectful touch creates a release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It signals safety, connection, and confidence. But here's where Stoicism comes in: restraint. An older man doesn't touch to seek attention. He touches with control, knowing when to hold back, which makes every small gesture feel intentional and magnetic. 3. Storytelling that captivates. Younger men often talk in facts, jokes, or random opinions. But older men, they know the art of storytelling. They don't just talk, they paint pictures with words. They share experiences, lessons, mistakes, and triumphs in a way that draws her into their world. Psychology tells us that humans are wired for stories. Stories bypass logic and hit emotion directly. When you tell a story with depth and emotion without bragging, you let her feel something with you. And here's the Stoic secret. A good story isn't about showing off. It's about showing wisdom. You show her that you've lived, that you've learned, that you've walked through fire and come out stronger. That creates a deep attraction that no pickup line ever could. 4. Playful teasing without neediness. Younger men often cross the line. They either tease too much and come off as mean, or they don't tease at all and come off as boring. But older men, they know the balance. Teasing is not about putting her down. It's about sparking tension. A raised eyebrow when she exaggerates a story. A sarcastic but warm comment when she tries to test you. That light, controlled energy makes her laugh, but it also makes her curious. Psychologists call this the push-pull effect. Give her a little warmth, then pull back just enough to keep her invested. And Stoicism ensures you never lose composure in the process. You tease because you enjoy the moment, not because you're desperate for her reaction. That difference is what keeps her hooked. 5. Eye contact that disarms. Most men don't even realize how powerful eye contact is. They look away too fast or they stare too long and look creepy. But older men understand the nuance. The secret is holding eye contact just long enough to let her feel it. There's psychology behind this. Studies show that calm, steady eye contact releases dopamine and adrenaline in the brain. It literally makes the Other person feel more aroused and emotionally engaged. But Stoicism adds the magic. You don't use your eyes to beg or seek approval. You use them to show certainty. One calm, unshaken look can melt defenses faster than any words. Emotional control, the ultimate weapon. Here's a brutal truth: women test men. They ignore messages. They throw small challenges. They create drama, not because they're cruel, but because they want to see if a man can handle pressure. Younger men fail here. They get angry, they get desperate, they beg, they overreact. But an older man knows better. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't get triggered by silence or tests. He stays calm, collected, unshaken. This isn't detachment, it's mastery. Psychology calls this emotional regulation. Stoicism calls it virtue. And when a woman sees a man who is not controlled by his emotions, she feels something she rarely feels: safety. That safety turns into admiration, and admiration turns into attraction. 7. Leaving her wanting more. The final trick is the one younger men almost never use: ending the interaction first. Most men overstay their welcome. They talk too long, text too much, keep pushing for one more laugh. But older men, they know when to walk away. They leave at the peak of connection, leaving her with a spark of curiosity, a touch of hunger. Psychology proves that anticipation builds obsession. The less available you are, the more her mind fixates on you. Stoicism sharpens this further. Because a man who doesn't cling, who isn't desperate for her time, radiates independence. And independence is intoxicating. When you leave her wanting more, you don't just create attraction, you create a craving. Conclusion. So here's the truth. Younger men often think attraction is about looks, money, or smooth lines, but older men know better. Attraction is about psychology. It's about composure. It's about radiating a calm, controlled energy that women cannot resist. These 7 flirting tricks are not gimmicks. They're reflections of deeper mastery. And when you apply them, you stop chasing. You stop begging. You stop trying to impress. Instead, you become the kind of man women naturally lean towards. Because at the end of the day, true attraction is not about what you do to women. It's about who you become as a man. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.